Second.
Did anybody get my email?
I move
Go
to
ahead.
move the, I move to amend the agenda item for 10A, resolution 25-10, to item 7B 13, under the public hearings.
It's a CUP. It has to go before. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Motion's been made and seconded to move item number 10A, resolution number 25-10 to public hearing, item number 7B 13. Roll call vote. Councilmember Cole,
Yes.
Councilmember Courtney,
Yay.
Councilmember Brazel,
Aye.
Councilmember Mitchell,
Aye.
Councilmember Johansson,
I'm going to excuse myself because I just got here and I have no idea what we're voting on.
sorry, I thought you were first. No worries. Deputy Mayor Lewis,
Aye.
Mayor Khan,
Aye.
motion carries. I don't think there's any other thing that
Brings us to,
is, no, we're not done. I'm just making sure there's nothing else that we need to change. Okay,
Back to the main
you have to,
motion.
you have to vote on the main motion as amended. Main motion as amended. Councilmember Mitchell,
aye.
Deputy Mayor Lewis,
Aye.
Councilmember Cole,
Aye.
Councilmember Courtney,
Aye.
Councilmember Brazel,
Aye.
Mayor Khan,
Aye.
motion carries.
Brings us to reports and correspondence. We have Senator Rauscher. You had something for us? Can you hear us?
Yeah, hi. Appreciate it. Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right. So yeah, this is Senator Rauscher, and I've just got a few things I want to make sure that you're aware of. The CAPSIS reports that are held in CAPSIS, and you all have a password for yours. If you want to change, add, or do any kind of adding more information or whatever to help your project succeed, that gets closed out on February 20th. So all your information that you're going to either take away or put into that needs to be compiled and in there by the 20th, because then it's going to be collected and sent to finance. So I'm letting all the communities know that their projects, they have until then to finish the what they're trying to accomplish there, so we get a better idea of their projects. The Senate's looking at the governor's fiscal plan right now. the bills connected with it that make up that plan in resources. They have those there. We're looking for amendments by Wednesday, midweek next week. In transportation, we're looking at interviewing the gas line parties and trying to understand whether the DOT is ready, whether the railroad is ready, all of those that make up transportation as well. Resources also going through those. Basically, there's a few bills that have gone past, but mostly those are resolutions in the Senate so far. And that's pretty much the wrap up. I don't want to spend a lot of your time, but I just wanted to hit the highlights. If you have any questions, go ahead. Otherwise, I'm good.
Does anybody have a question for Senator? I don't see any questions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
That'll bring us for mayor's report. I did get a notification today that Deb Meister is resigning from her position and the planning and zoning. Her last meeting will be the 26th. So well, sorry to see her go and stuff. I guess for people that were interested, we have another seat available and stuff. So people, please get involved and stuff. I guess, thank you on that. Planning and zoning, do you have a report for us?
Good evening, council members. It's nice to see you. Sorry I missed the last meeting. That flu has been bad. I would like to report that my email issue has been resolved. So my city email is working. Yay. The last planning and zoning meeting we had, the 29th of January, we postponed Alaska Plastic Recovery. The resolution for that, we postponed to the regular scheduled meeting for the 26th of this month. I have set up a meeting with Mr. Simpson to go and tour, if you will, the Palmer facility on Monday at 11. If anybody wants to join. I have let the other commissioners know thus far. I'm the only one that's scheduled to go to that. And then I would like to report that there's a work session from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. on the 26th of February before our regular scheduled meeting. And that's all. Any questions? Okay, thank you.
What day did you say you're going to tour?
Monday the 16th at 11 a.m.
What's the topic of the work session?
We are going to be going over the revision of the bylaws and then also looking at the residential landscaping codes.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Anybody else? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
I don't see anybody from Parks and Rec here. I guess that department reports, anybody have anything to add to their reports? Okay. Does anybody have any questions about the reports that have been?
I have a question. In the treasurer's report, Samantha, I just had a question. It says we have worked out majority of the visa spend clarity issues. I was just curious, what kind of issues are you guys having?
We were having some issues with employees and getting receipts turned in on their phones. We also had some issues with we had to work around for one department so that we have a delegate who's entering in the receipts for them instead of using employee phones. And we had a few codes that I know I had onboarded originally when the system was set up, and they kind of just vanished. So we were just, I think I've got them all entered in, and it's flowing smoother. We were able to export today, and everything was working really smooth. I'm gonna, technology, we think it works really well, and we say that, and then poof. But yeah, they weren't major kinks. It was just small things, and I just was giving you guys an update on where we're at on the process, and it, for the most part, is flowing smooth.
All right, thank you.
I just got a text from Carter saying online is not working. Is the YouTube live up?
YouTube is working?
Okay.
I told him there was a delay and then it should be working.
Okay.
No further questions? That'll bring us to public participation. Any persons to be heard? Public hearing? Or, sorry. Yep, no, you're okay.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, city council members, and for the record. All right, there we go. Much better. Thank you, Mayor and city council members. For the record, my name is David Wilson. I'm a resident of the city of Wasilla, but tonight I'm here representing my employer, the Matsui Health Foundation. Just as a reminder, before I begin what I came here tonight, just want to remind folks the academic scholarship program I think we talked upon last time I was here, that ends on March 5th. For if you have any high school seniors looking to go into the academic fields of healthcare, health-related fields, health allied fields, tell them to feel free to check out our website, healthymatsu.org, and more information is there about how to apply for those academic scholarships and programs. But tonight I'm here to talk upon our CHANA, our Community Health Needs Assessment. Every 3 years, the Matsui Health Foundation is a joint, we have a joint venture with the Matsui Medical Regional Center, and being that qualifies them as a nonprofit hospital. So every 3 years, due to our wonderful IRS and Uncle Sam, we have to develop a community health needs assessment. This was a year-long process, required 24 different community leaders around different sectors. Your own chief participated in this, part of the CHANA steering committee, and provided input. And so this is just going on, talking upon some of the needs and areas of the health of the Matsu Valley. So they found 6 health priorities: safe and stable housing, accessible and affordable childcare, health services for all residents, safe and reliable, affordable transportation, and nutritious food in community spaces and places. Obviously, it's a 350-page book, and we didn't have enough printed yet. This is just off the press, so we're still printing them. It takes a bit of time to get these printed and developed. And so if you do want your own copy right now, I'm just trying to get them out to the communities. But it is a QR code. It is available on our website, and that's what you have in front of you, is just the quick QR code. So this is the first step. The next step is we will continue in what they call a CHIP, the Community Health Improvement Plan, and that will actually translate the CHANA into more shared strategies and actions for communities. And so that is, I know I'm running out of time. It's a long process, but we just want to make sure you guys have the most accessible data for any type of community planning grants or other opportunities, so we can help make better informed decisions for our communities. And we're just here as a resource. And just if you have any questions, feel free to give me a call, and I can put you in touch with some of our data and evaluation folks if you have any detailed questions about the research or data or the information presented here in our CHANA. So thank you guys. Appreciate your time.
Thank
Thank you.
Hi there, Laurie Faber. I want to start out by saying this is for Carla. She appreciates every single
Senator
one of you and
Roush.
everything that you do, and natural gas, please.
What's left?
I promised her I would do that while she was out of state. I think it's kind of fitting that I'm following Matsu Health Foundation, and they're talking about our community wellness and things like that. A large part of the packet, kind of the majority of the packet, is renewals for the marijuana businesses that we have in the city of Houston. Cultivation, manufacturing, retail, that kind of stuff. I guess more of a, not so much of a statement as a question. When is there going to be too many? When are we going to have a cap on how many of these businesses are able to come to our community and establish themselves? Not because I'm against this, not my thing, not something I do, but I don't tell other people what to do with their lives. But because our community is very well known as the marijuana community. I mean, last year when I was on the council, a gentleman came down from Fairbanks and testified he wanted to move his business down here. And he said, I quote, "I heard Houston's pretty chill about their marijuana regulations and codes." That's not a good look. That's not something that I like. It doesn't say, hey, bring your families here. It doesn't say, hey, bring your small business here. It doesn't say this is a family-oriented or a safe community. Not to say that nefarious things are going on with those businesses, but we all know the element that can be involved with that. So my question is, when are we going to, as a city, put a limit on how many of these businesses we have in our small community that is what, 2,500 people and 60% elderly and disabled? Just a thought, for the health of our community. That's all. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks. We're in public hearings. Anybody else, I guess, for public hearing? Or public comment, sorry. Yep, push it so it's green. There you go.
My name is Deborah Fannin, and I've spoke about the drugs before. Nobody seems to hear me. Besides limiting them for the population that we have, so we're not oversaturated, at least put conditions on it, because there is no follow-up once you issue those permits and things. It's like you wash your hands of it, you got your money for the taxes, but there's no follow-up on anything because that's the state's responsibility. And so each individual has to call the state every time there's any kind of violation because there's no accountability. And 4 or 5 of them for our population size is probably okay. But you're issuing permits and things to people who don't even live here, that are just using our city for their drug businesses and inviting the crime and everything that goes with it, and not thinking about how it impacts the rest of the people in the community and what the benefit overall to the community would be or not be. And so I hope you will consider that when you look at these. I'd rather see farms than things like that were producing food for the community, and things that were, sheep or something. I have sheep, but I mean, wool, something that people could use here. And develops the small businesses that are already here. They're just not supported. And have some kind of a plan that kind of limits any one kind of business, whether it be construction or, drugs or, whatever. I'm just saying, have it more balanced for the whole community and have some planning to it. And that's it. And I have something to say about the zoning stuff, but I'll wait until you do that, I guess.
Thank you.
Any more comments? Okay, I see none. Moves us to public hearings. Open up public hearings for AM number 25-35. Sorry, at 6:27. Any comments on this one? I see none. I'll close it at 6:28. Motion to approve AM number 2535.
Second.
Any discussion? Or, sorry.
Before we get into this long list of approving these renewal applications, I agree with Ms. Fannin and Ms. Faber. When I first moved to Houston, I was pretty shocked that it had gone that far, that it was allowed to go that far. And unfortunately, the city doesn't have any legislation in place to stop the spread, so to speak. It's an industry that I see having no benefit in the community at all, other than tax dollars coming in to spend on certain things that we do here in the city. I see no benefit to the community itself, especially the youth. I've done a lot of research on the youth in the community, the youth of the state of Alaska. There's lots of information on the drug industry and the effect on the youth in the state of Alaska. The amount of underage use of marijuana in the state of Alaska is pretty shocking. It's something I would like to see more boundaries on, more restrictions, because it's not something that we should have let go this far. I think the fact that that we have as many as we have is, I feel, in my opinion, was irresponsible. I would like to, and I would sit down with anyone that's willing to work on writing some legislation to put a cap on it. And I know that there has been a few people interested in doing that. And so talk to me if you guys want to do that. We can definitely sit down and look into that. Unfortunately, we don't have a legal grounds to say no to an application to take this out. And so we could vote no, but we don't really have a legal right to do so. We need the legislation in place before we can.
No.
Yeah, we'll wait for public participation. There will be a public hearing for each action memorandum, and so on the next one, you'll be able to speak at the public hearing. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on the matter. But for now, we have to approve the applications unless there is a violation that we can hold against or protest. So in the future, I'd like to see a little bit more regulation on it as well. I agree.
Any other discussion?
No.
Just wait until the next.
There'll be an opportunity there'll be a public hearing for the second one and the third, and at every one, there's an opportunity to speak. So, but right now it's council discussion, so we'll wait till the proper time.
If no other, we'll vote.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve action memorandum number 25-35, a city council statement of non-protest for a renewal application of a marijuana product manufacturing facility license number 15594 held by Cold Creek Extracts LLC. Councilmember Johansson,
Aye.
Councilmember Cole, Carter, can you hear us?
Aye.
There he is. Councilmember Brazel?
Aye.
Yes, I said aye.
Yep, got it.
Can
Thank
Can
you.
you hear me?
Yes, we
Yes,
can hear
yes.
you. Can you hear us?
Aye.
Carter,
Aye.
can you hear us?
Is that what it is?
But he's out of state. Could be. Councilmember Mitchell,
Aye.
Councilmember Courtney,
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Lewis,
Aye.
Mayor Khan.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
Brings us to a public hearing. AM number 2536. If, sorry, at 6:33.
Hello, I'm Jed Goodman. This marijuana thing has got a lot of people stirred up pretty much. But we've got to remember too, it's legal at the state level, which it's not legal at the federal level. And if people are purchasing guns and stuff like that and they lie on that application, they're an automatic felon. So, I mean, we got to kind of keep that in mind too, what we're doing to our citizens by allowing a lot of this to happen. It's legal at the state, but not at the federal level. So, I mean, there's that to consider, because if you get caught lying on your ATF application for a gun, you're a felon and your rights are taken away. So, I mean, there's a balance there, but I don't know how well that's going to work out for most people.
Yeah.
So just wanted to throw that out there and let everybody be aware of what I've kind of researched a little bit of it, and that's what I found. So, thank you.
Could you restate your name?
Jed
Jed? What's your
Goodman.
last name?
Goodman.
Goodman. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Lori Faubert again. I would like to speak to something that Ms. Fannin mentioned about compliance and the enforcement of that. I have heard several times from Public Works employees and also from other community members that certain areas where these cultivation operations are, that entire area of the neighborhood, the whole street, all of that, you can just smell it. There's a terrible, terrible odor. I too did some research, and I know they're supposed to have certain types of filtration and ventilation systems that prevent that from happening. So I think maybe as a city, it would be prudent to look at some kind of code enforcement on our side so that we are also following up and doing our due diligence and making sure that our community is safe and that our residents are not subject to these odors and other things that are going on from these businesses. Thank you.
Thank you.
Brooke Carlisle, I would like to second what Lori was just talking about. I know that there's a new shop going in on my street and I've already been smelling things from it. I don't know if that is a city where I would go complain about it or if it's up on the state level. So I would need to do more research about that, but I really hate the smell of it. I don't care what people do, but I'm sick of smelling it. And we've been here about 2.5 years. And if I had $1 for every time one of my kids said they smell skunk, I'd be a rich woman. And then I have to explain to them that there's no skunks in Alaska. So I would like to know more about what to do if we do smell it, if that's something that we could put in a report for, who takes care of it, who is putting the punishments on it. That's something I'll have to research, but I just wanted to put my 2 cents on that as well because I don't care that they're doing it. I don't think we need more, but I don't want to be smelling it. That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is Deborah Fannin. We've heard that before on the last commission, on the last one too. Some people were up saying that. I understand if you cannot legally not let them have the permits, but there must be something that the city can do as far as having restrictions. And I'm not completely against it as a nurse. I mean, I am against it because of the youth, but I've also seen elderly people that get salves and things that, you know, with CBD oil that does help their arthritis and things like that. So some of the elderly people, I can kind of understand why they would use some of the things. But as an overall thing, the city should be able to set limits on their permits, set guidelines about what they can and cannot do in the city. Yeah, you might have to give them the permits, but you can limit what they can do and how they can do it. And if they're not and do due diligence as far as seeing how many reports there's been to the city or the state, whoever enforces it. You can look and see how many reports has there been because they haven't had filtration systems. You can look and see how many crimes have been committed or laws been called, or, you know, you can look and see some of those kinds of things and have some justification for restrictions or denials of permits. There are things that you can do. It's just, it takes more work. So I'd just like to give that to you.
Thank you.
Anybody else? I'll close the public hearing or comments for AM number 2536 at 6:39. Motion to approve AM number 2536.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve action memorandum number 2536, City Council Statement of Non-Protest for a renewal application of a standard marijuana cultivation facility, license number 28795, held by Cold Creek Gardens LLC. Councilmember Courtney?
Wait, to the mayor, I got a couple comments.
Okay.
I heard a couple things come by from the people in the audience. The last one was Deborah Fannin, who had mentioned there's things that can be done. all those things are checked prior to them coming to the council. So all those things that she just mentioned, before we get this piece of paper, the city staff has checked to see if they're in compliance. So to think there's more work to be done to get these to us, that's not true. And these issues have come before the city every year that I've been on the council. And it's because the city is so divided on the issue itself. I could care less if marijuana existed on the face of this planet. It does. Some people use it, some people don't. And when you start to make rules and regulations for it, you're going to have issues. So the city, and this is where you use your power as a voter. When you have an opportunity to vote on things, that's when it's time to show up to put your thoughts on your paper at that point. And then when it's settled and the votes are counted, we have to live with that. And that's where we're at right now as a community. That's all.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll do a roll call vote. Councilmember Johansson?
Aye.
Councilmember Mitchell?
Aye.
Councilmember Cole?
Aye.
Councilmember Courtney?
Aye.
Councilmember Brazel?
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Lewis?
Aye.
Mayor Khan?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
Open up public hearing for AM number 2537 at 6:42. I see none. We'll close public hearing for AM number 2537 at 6:43. Motion to approve number 2537.
Second.
Motion's been made to approve. Motion's been made and seconded to approve action memorandum number 2537, City Council Statement of Non-Protest for a renewal application of a standard marijuana retail store, license number 11050, held by Houston Gas Station LLC. Councilmember Courtney?
Aye.
Councilmember Mitchell?
Aye.
Councilmember Cole?
Aye.
Councilmember Johansson?
Aye.
Councilmember Brazel?
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Lewis?
Aye.
Mayor Khan?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
Open up public hearing for AM number 2538 at 6:44. If there's any.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna say something. This particular one, we had to sit and be inflicted with filth being spewed from there. Now, how is that not a violation? Now, these people are violating. They're just not having any consequences for things. You know that one of them is spewing out stuff into the air that's violated it over and over again, but you keep giving it to them. They're blasting filth through the air and disturbing all of the people, against noise violations with Matsu anyways, but we don't have any. We don't have any, anything over 60 decibels or anything like that. So there are things that you can put in place. So when people violate, that is the reason not to give it to them again. So, I'm just not buying it, really. They are violating things, but you're just giving it to them anyways because you want the tax money. And you want their tax money because you have no other businesses developed. And it's like a circle. So you just sell it off Houston for the highest bidder. And the people that are the residents here are the ones that are paying for it. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Any other comments? Close public hearing at 6:46 for AM number 2538. Make a motion to approve AM number 2538.
Second.
Any comments?
Any comments?
What page is that on in our packet? Do you know?
Sorry,
125.
125.
it's on
Okay.
125.
I knew.
I don't know
couldn't find
how
it
it
again,
got
sorry.
stuck in the back. I
That's
really
okay.
apologize.
So this says with corrections, were
Thank you.
the, were the corrections made that were requested of this?
Oh, yeah,
Business
yeah.
owner?
He
So-
was, yeah,
He followed through?
Yep.
Through the mayor, Connie, we still have that on the website of the smell something, say something. There's a lady in the audience that said that needed some help there earlier. Can you help her understand where she goes to our website to get all that information to file?
yes, she does know. Charlie showed her how.
Okay, I had the same
Okay.
question. I was gonna ask for people listening online, if there is a concern about smell something, say something, what is the proper procedure? If we could get that information out to the public so that they can make a report when they, because I smell it every time I drive through Houston, every single time. You can smell it in the car no matter what the temperature, because they're on both sides of the road. And I don't like smelling it. My kids grew up in Montana where we had skunks. And we don't have skunks in Alaska, and they know exactly what that smell is now. And so I would like for the public to know what website that is so that they can make a report if they need to.
It should be right on our website where to get the information to do the report.
Okay, so under the drop-down bar community, under marijuana and concerns? Okay, thank you. On the city website.
Any other discussion?
Who's that come to? City?
We should do the state, people have to pay forward for
We ready to vote?
Yep.
Councilmember Brazel?
Aye.
Councilmember Johansson?
Aye.
Councilmember Cole?
Aye.
Councilmember Mitchell?
Aye.
Councilmember Courtney?
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Lewis?
Aye.
Mayor Khan?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
Open up public hearing for AM number 25-41 at 6:49.
No, you skipped 38.
That's the one we just did.
No, we did 30. We did 37. We did Houston Pass.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I got
Oh.
ahead of myself.
No, we did do that.
We
No,
did.
I'm sorry, it
Page
was,
125.
sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's getting
Yeah.
confusing.
I'm marking things. but-
I know, I apologize.
Come on. Opening up public hearing for AM number 2541 at 6:50. I see none. We'll close public hearing at 6:51.
Motion to approve action memorandum 2541.
I'll second that.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve action memorandum number 25-41, City Council Statement of Protest to approve with conditions for a renewal application of a standard marijuana cultivation facility number 22396 held by Houston Refinery LLC, DBA Greensleeves Genetics.
And did this?
It
business-
has not yet, but the condition is to fill out the form by the 27th, which will happen in the next 2 weeks, when they come in and do their sales tax returns. It's just a business license.
Any more discussion? Vote.
I'm sorry, Mayor, may I interject real quick? For the clerk, has this business been late in the past?
Nope.
With their business license, so this is,
No, it's
this
just,
is a new thing?
yeah,
Okay,
it's just the beginning of the year thing.
good, gotcha, okay. Thank
I mean,
you,
it happens with the regular businesses too.
got it. Thank you.
Uh-huh. Councilmember Mitchell,
Aye.
Councilmember Courtney,
Aye.
Councilmember Cole,
Aye.
Councilmember Johansson,
Aye.
Councilmember Brazel,
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Lewis,
Aye.
Mayor Khan.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
Brings us to public hearing, AM number 25-42, open at 6:53. If there's any. I see none. We'll close it at 6:54. Motion to approve AM number 25-42.
I'll second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve action memorandum number 25-42, City Council Statement of Non-Protest for a renewal application of a limited marijuana cultivation facility number 14885 held by Karma Grown Gardens LLC. Any discussion?
See none.
Councilmember Courtney,
Aye.
Councilmember Brazel,
Aye.
Councilmember Cole,
Aye.
Councilmember Johansson,
Aye.
Councilmember Mitchell,
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Lewis,
Aye.
Mayor Khan.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
Open public hearing for AM number 25-43 at 6:54. I see none. Close at 6:55. Motion to approve AM number 25-43.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve action memorandum number 25-43, City Council Statement of Non-Protest for a renewal application of a retail marijuana store number 10316 held by Silverthorne Investment Group LLC, DBA Denali 420 Recreationals. Discussion?
See none.
Councilmember Cole,
Aye.
Councilmember Johansson,
Aye.
Councilmember Mitchell,
Aye.
Councilmember Courtney,
Aye.
Councilmember Brazel,
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Lewis,
Aye.
Mayor Khan.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
Open up public hearing for AM number 25-45 at 6:56. I see none. We'll close public hearing at 6:57. Motion to approve AM number 25-45.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve action memorandum number 25-45, City Council Statement of Non-Protest for a renewal application of a standard marijuana cultivation facility number 13588 held by High North LLC. Any discussion?
None.
Councilmember Johansson,
Aye.
Councilmember Mitchell,
Aye.
Councilmember Courtney,
Aye.
Councilmember Cole,
Aye.
Councilmember Brazel,
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Lewis,
Aye.
Mayor Khan.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
Open up public hearings for AM number 25-46 at 6:57. If there's any. I see none. We'll close public hearing at 6:58. Motion to approve AM number 25-46.
Second.
Any discussion?
Has this one been corrected?
This one has not, it's the same situation,
Okay.
just business license. There's no, they're not behind on taxes. It's just a business license issue.
If no more discussion, we can vote.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve action memorandum number 25-46, City Council Statement of Protest to approve with conditions for a renewal application of a standard marijuana cultivation facility number 17873 held by Freedom Farms 49 LLC, DBA Freedom 49 Farms. Councilmember Brazel,
Aye.
Councilmember Cole,
Aye.
Councilmember Johansson,
Aye.
Councilmember Mitchell,
Aye.
Councilmember Courtney,
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Lewis.
Aye.
Mayor Khan.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
Excuse me? You guys, sorry. Open up public hearing for AM number 2547 at 6:59. I see none. We'll close at 7 PM. Motion to approve AM number 25-47.
Second.
Any discussion?
And this one says non-compliant for missing June 2025 taxes.
We received an email from this gentleman today. I'm sorry, I can't think of his name. It's on the tip of my tongue. I can even see it in my eyeballs.
Was it
Landon
Dave
Cooper?
Igor
Miss
Eppersoff.
Cooper.
Cooper.
Yes, Landon Cooper, thank you. Mr. Cooper has been in the hospital. He's okay, he's out, he's got things going, things are working, and he wanted to try and Zoom the meeting, but we don't have that capability, and he couldn't get here. But we told him that what we would do for him is we would bring it forward as a protest with conditions, and having the same condition of coming in and taking care of his month that he's missing and the late fees that go with it by February 27th.
So all the other months in 2025.
There, yeah, no, it's just the
It's
one.
just the one.
Yeah, it's just the one.
Any further discussion?
Just a question, is this a pattern or is this? Oh,
He's had issues before. He hasn't really been up and running though until this year.
okay.
His facility froze or something and he lost all his
So we're-
stuff. So he's
So- and-
kind of
and he
starting
explained
new.
hardships.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's kind of, he's not new, but he's had to start over and recreate his crops and everything before he could do anything. Or regrow his crops, I should say.
And the only infraction is
Yeah,
delaying
is
license
that what-
fees.
He's
Yeah.
a month behind.
Okay,
Right now.
all right,
Or
thanks,
1 month.
thanks for the clarification.
Delayed license fees or taxes?
Taxes.
I was gonna say taxes is what's in here.
Taxes, sorry.
It's just that 1 month that's
Okay.
just what's kind of
That's-
getting me.
I
is
know.
The 1 month. Okay.
No further discussion, we can vote.
I believe it's because of the cost in that 1 month. It was a high,
Then others.
yeah. So he's having a little bit of financial problems, I believe.
You're saying the taxes were
High
high for that
in that
month because
month.
the income was high for that?
Yes.
Okay. Well, if the
For
income was,
him.
if the income was high, you should have the money to pay the taxes. That's how it works. So the current tax status as of today is, there's a promise to pay, but it hasn't been,
We told him we would bring it forth as a renewal with the conditional, like the other
Right.
ones, that it has to be done by February 27th. Otherwise, we'll take further action.
He has reached out trying to make it, but he never, if he fell ill and then didn't come in to make it.
okay, so this month he wasn't able to come in and take care of it then?
No, not yet.
Was this brought up to him in July and August and September and October and November and December?
They
Mhm.
file zeros too.
He was waiting for a previous meeting when he was
Yeah, he
Not-
was.
on the.
I think it was December.
Oh, that was the one when I didn't have the directors sign. And so we had to postpone all the meetings or all these MJ stuff.
Yeah, that was in December.
Copy that.
Well, I mean, everyone can vote how they want. I would like to see the renewal postponed until taxes are current. That's what the code is, right? I mean, that's my opinion.
I would agree with that. There's already 60 days has passed.
Yeah. Yeah, so-
That's the AMCO portion of it, not ours.
Right, but
I-
it is non-compliant, so, I mean.
But you can, on the form, if you look at the waiver form,
Well,
the mayor has the right to approve it with conditions recommended, the issuance of the license with the following conditions, and it says pay June taxes by February 27th of 2026.
we all would agree with that in a normal terms, Donnie. But I think that the fact that the entire 60-day process is off, the guy is not in compliance. It seems like this is no brainer just to postpone it a month.
What does he think?
I didn't get that.
You were saying to postpone it a month? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. And on the agenda, the action memorandum does not say with conditions or approve with conditions. It does say that in the, on the action memorandum on page 134. It does say approve with conditions on that one, but it doesn't match the item 10.
I'll make a motion that we take that particular action memorandum and postpone it till next regular scheduled meeting.
The point is, though, you can't stop him from shutting down. You can't, I mean, you can't make him shut down. You're not stopping anything.
Well, if he doesn't pay his taxes, he's not
We're not-
compliant.
No, he's not compliant, but we still can't
Right.
enforce anything.
No, but you can not renew for not unpaid taxes. Is that, yes, go ahead.
Through the mayor, the city does not renew and not renew. The city either protests the renewal or does not protest. It's the state that would renew. The absence of a city action or city opinion would just be taken as a no comment, and they would still pursue whatever action they were going to do. If you wanted to make sure that it was on the record, I think that as it is written is the best way, so the state can make that requirement of them when they do the renewal consideration.
It's also my understanding that when AMCO makes their decision to renew these licenses, we have 60 days to protest. Failure to
We do.
protest is a non-protest. So we
Right.
didn't protest in the 60 days that we had to do it. So this is essentially pointless.
Well, no, because actually anything that we put upon a license, if it doesn't affect it this year, it can affect it next year. So it's not pointless. It's a process we have to go through anyhow.
Right.
We do have to do the process regardless.
And we can protest or notify AMCO if they're delinquent on certain things or when they do renew.
With the state.
Right.
That's true.
It's still gonna matter for future renewals to have that on record. So
Yeah, but there's no immediate impact on the
No.
business of the
No.
decisions we're making tonight, and I would love to hear from the treasurer.
Sorry. So my understanding, because we've been looking at this process, the deputy clerk, the clerk and I, a little bit more closer recently. And my understanding is that if you guys follow through with the protest, what we do is we then notify AMCO that you guys did agree to a protest, and from there, they can make an action from there. And I don't know if that makes them more willing or not. I don't talk to AMCO directly. I let the clerks do that, but I do know that that's what we've researched so far, and that's why we put it on here as a protest. Because they are out of compliance, and we should be notifying them when this is happening, and we were looking at creating internal procedures so that when marijuana businesses are out of compliance, we can be notifying the council of this being an issue so that we can start notifying more often, if that makes sense.
Right, so if we approve the protest tonight with conditions, and on the 27th, he's not compliant, we reach out to AMCO and say, we have protested this one. If we push it to next month and he's not compliant, we reach out to AMCO and he's had another month. By pushing this forward, all we're doing is giving him more time to become compliant. if the idea here is to make him become compliant as quickly as possible, the protest with conditions is the fast way. Kicking it next month slows down the process.
That makes sense.
You're also adding,
I agree with that.
you're also adding, through the mayor, excuse me. More fees to what he would owe if you give him another month. You're adding on to what he owes.
Yeah, the conditions are spelled out in the action memorandum. It says pay June taxes by February 27th, 2026. So we'll just need to follow up next month and make sure it gets paid. Thank you, Jeff, for the clarification.
Yes. Hey, Donnie, can you put a note there so that you give us an update from the clerk on this guy?
Yes,
Thank you.
I'll put it in my report. Unless it's not compliant, then we'll put it on the agenda.
Well, my motion never got second, or yeah, my motion never was seconded anyhow, so it's dead.
Yep.
Let's vote.
One sec. Okay. Councilmember Courtney,
Aye.
Councilmember Mitchell,
Aye.
Councilmember Johansson,
Aye.
Councilmember Cole,
Aye.
Councilmember Brazel,
Aye.
Councilmember, or excuse me, Deputy Mayor Lewis,
Aye.
Mayor Khan.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
Brings us to ordinance number 25-30.
One second.
I'll second.
Oh, you gotta open the public hearing.
We'll open public hearing for ordinance number 25-30 at 7:13. I see none. Close public hearing, 7:14. Motion to approve number 25-30 ordinance.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve ordinance number 25-30, an ordinance of the Houston City Council to accept the donation and appropriate $2,600 from the Houston, Alaska Chamber of Commerce. Any discussion?
I just have something I would like to say. As a business owner in Houston, and we're being presented with this money from the Chamber of Commerce of Houston, I would just like to know what businesses are actually members of the Commerce, because where is the Commerce getting their finance to be able to give us money for donation? Samantha?
Through the mayor. So this money came in from Founder's Day. When they ran Founder's Day, they took in a fee for the vendors. And this money was originally given to us October-ish, somewhere in there. And we had allocated it originally just to parks in general to make it a nicer place. But then when we had our meeting with Robert Hall, for Founder's Day, it pinged in our head that we never received any kind of a kickback like we were supposed to for it. And we found out that the check that we received in October was actually for compensating for the vendor fees that they took on while running Founder's Day for us. And so I had us redo the ordinance so that we could appropriate the money where it needs to go, so that when we are looking at the cost of Founder's Day revenues versus expenditures, we can see, even having the chamber run it, we only made $2,600. We expended over 15,000, give or take, with hours for employees. And so we can kind of gauge what we should be doing differently in the future. But without that data there, it won't be able to be there to be analyzed.
So the money came from the booths from Founder's Day.
Yes, the vendor booth, sorry.
I do have a question, because I'm not sure exactly how this is going to work. Since in the last election, we voted Houston Founder's Day to be an official city holiday. Are the vendor fees then going to come through the city finances then, instead of the Chamber of Commerce?
We are still in discussion on how that's going to change coming forward, because it is going to cost the city more money. Because we accepted it as a holiday, it does alter things like so the way our employee handbook reads, employees get the day before the holiday if it falls on a Saturday off. And so that would put employees working on the day before prepping for the holiday. That would be them working on the actual holiday, which could be considered overtime, which is time and a half. So that's budgetary issues. We've had a director's meeting with the mayor, and we've been discussing on how we're going to handle that. And right now we don't have any concrete answers, but we have been discussing the problems and how to move forward with it.
Thank you.
Any more discussion? I see none.
Councilmember Cole,
Aye.
Councilmember Mitchell,
Aye.
Councilmember Johansson,
Aye.
Councilmember Brazel.
Aye.
Councilmember Courtney,
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Lewis,
Aye.
Mayor Khan.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
We'll open up public hearing for ordinance number 26-02 at 7:17. If any, I see none. We'll close it at 7:18. Motion to approve ordinance number 2602.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve ordinance number 25-30, an ordinance of the Houston City Council to accept, I'm sorry, I'm reading the wrong one. Ordinance number 26-02, an ordinance of the Houston City Council amending the fiscal year budget 2026, appropriating a capital credit of $1,078.18 from Matanuska Electric Association to the capital account.
Any discussion?
So this is another one that has come from a previous meeting. I'm sorry, can you remind us of what the change was from last go round?
I just caught that on the agenda. We didn't fix the header, but it is going into the main account. We did change it to go into from the capital account to the main account to the regular revenue, general fund 01, instead of into capital. Council decided that they didn't want it to go into capital, that we weren't considering it a capital credit, and that we wanted it to go where the expense originally came from.
So it says the main account on 23, and in the header it says the capital.
Yeah. That is correct. I'm sorry I didn't catch that when we put the agenda together, but I did make sure we did correct the ordinance. I just missed it on the agenda. I'm sorry.
there's no amendment needed because it's the variance is only on the agenda and not on the ordinance, correct?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. Councilmember Courtney,
Aye.
Councilmember Mitchell,
Aye.
Councilmember Cole,
Aye.
Councilmember Johansson,
Aye.
Councilmember Brazel,
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Lewis,
Aye.
Mayor Khan.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
That brings us to I'll open public hearing for,
We moved 10A.
oh, sorry.
Well, no, there was one move to
moved this
public
up.
hearing.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
So 25,
Resolution.
2510.
Yes.
Yeah.
Open public hearing for resolution number 25-10 at 7:21.
I know we had, Ms. Fannin said she wanted to speak on this one, but she must have gone home. Oh, okay.
What page is this one on?
Yeah, that'd be good. I'm just, you guys discussed this in the previous.
Should be right at the
It's
very
gonna
end,
be
right?
way in the back.
Right.
Let me tell you 1 second. Here's the minutes. Conditional use permit. Their resolution, our resolution, page 160.
Hello, Lori Faber here. I can speak to this for myself and for Ms. Fannin. That was the conversation we were having before, sorry. Her concern was that this was not going to be in a residential area or affecting any homeowners directly as far as the location of this. So that was all. Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't. Someone. Oh, then before that. 7:19. Any other discussion? I see none. We'll close at 7:23 on resolution number 25-10. Motion to approve resolution number 25-10.
I'll second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve resolution number 25-10, a resolution of the Houston City Council sitting as the City Zoning Board approving the findings and recommendations from the Planning and Zoning Commission for a conditional use permit application for natural extraction at 12465 West Parks Highway from Coalaska Inc., DBA QAP as applicant.
Just to, I'm sorry, this feels very familiar. Is it a renewal?
No,
Or is
this
that
is a
not how
new one.
CUPs work? They
No.
have to reapply every time?
This is a new one.
Is the new location, is that what it is?
Yes.
Well, they have, it's
Is it the one by Hawk Lane,
the one by Hawk Lane,
just north of it?
where the little memorial is on the curve.
Yeah.
So,
It's
but
been-
they've previously had a CUP for that, right? Did it lapse and that's why they're reapplying? Or I just want to make sure I understand like the,
I don't know.
I was told this was new.
Isn't it new because they've already done some of the acreage. Now they're doing a different acreage. So because they've moved into a different section of the property, they have to put in a new CUP is my understanding. Because the property is 90 something acres and they're doing 46 that haven't been touched yet. So it's not considered the same. It's new, if that makes sense.
I was just told it was new.
I don't know that it makes
Because-
sense, but I mean, it's the same property, but
It is.
Is what it
It's
is.
acreage that hasn't
Gotcha.
been touched
Gotcha.
for that property.
I would prefer that folks come to this, through this process more often than ignore the process and just start digging. So
Right.
100%.
I agree. I was hoping they'd be here.
It's got put off for a long time because planning and zoning wasn't meeting.
Oh, Gotcha,
Mm.
gotcha, okay.
So it might be a little familiar to you, but that's why.
I believe he came in and sat and talked to us at one point about it.
I think so.
Any more discussion? Are you good?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll call vote again. Councilmember Courtney,
Aye.
Councilmember Mitchell,
Aye.
Councilmember Cole,
Aye.
Councilmember Johansson,
Aye.
Councilmember Brazel,
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Lewis,
Aye.
Mayor Khan.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
Brings us to audience comments, if there's any. I see none.
With the reinterpretation of the recess thing, I'm not sure how to proceed, but can we take a recess?
Yeah, you just have to vote on it.
We have to vote on it.
You all agree to take a recess?
Aye.
Aye.
Carter, we're taking a recess, 5 minutes.
Aye.
she's home making homemade macaroni and cheese. I know. So when I get home,
Yeah.
We'll re-adjourn at 7:37. Well, reconvene, sorry. I'm tired. That brings us to, what were we on? Number 11.
Number 8.
We're on consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve the consent agenda. I guess you don't need to vote on that.
Nope.
You're on to 9.
Oh, we have to vote.
We have
Yeah,
to
We
vote.
have to vote on the consent.
We have to
agenda.
approve the consent agenda. We don't have to discuss. It's just
Yeah,
introduction.
you don't discuss it or anything.
No, but you just
We'll just
vote on them as a
Uh,
whole.
Yeah, we'll vote to approve it or
Councilmember Cole, are you there?
Yes, aye.
Councilmember Brazel?
Aye.
Councilmember Johansson?
Aye.
Councilmember Mitchell?
aye.
Councilmember Courtney?
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Lewis?
Aye.
Mayor Khan?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
Brings us to 12, right?
No, you're on 9. Well, 9, there's no unfinished business. So.
Right, no unfinished business. Review of items placed on the table, no. Audience comments? I see none. Council? Comments? We'll start out with Councilmember Johansson.
Make sure that's on. I'd like to thank the senator for calling in and giving us the info that he did. That is much appreciated. I'd like to thank Mr. Wilson for coming in. You always keep us so updated on everything going on with the South Central Foundation. I really appreciate that. So thank you very much for taking the time to come down here, and you stay the whole meeting. So that's appreciated. Thank you. To our public that came up and spoke tonight, thank you very much. I really appreciate hearing from you on your thoughts on what's going on, and I definitely agree that there were some things tonight that the city really needs to look at changing and dealing with. So thank you for speaking up. And I would just like to thank everybody who watches online and who texts or however you're getting your messages in on whether things are working, what they're not working. We appreciate you watching and keeping track of everything that's going on. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilmember Courtney.
Yeah, I would just like to thank everybody for coming. Everybody that's listening online, thank you to our city staff for working hard and doing a good job. Our fire department as well. And then I would just like to say, we get emails once in a while from community members on, things that they're unhappy about. With these emails, if you guys do have something that you would like to see changed or you're not happy about, maybe also include some ways to resolve them. That way we can maybe have an idea of what you're thinking and how you're thinking you want to go about doing it. It just gives us a little bit more to go on to move forward with that. Also, I would like to let everybody know that I did reach out to the Chamber of Commerce today, and I asked them if they could come to the March meeting and be in attendance and just give us an update of what's going on with the chamber, talking to some of the businesses in town. You know, that's why the chamber is here, is for the local businesses, and they don't feel like they're being invited or being involved in that. And I would just like to clear that up for everybody. And then also coming into springtime and summer, there will most likely be cleaning up Zero Lake Road again. And there's always volunteer opportunities for events coming up with Founder's Day and such. So if you are interested in being a volunteer for any of these events, call into the city and be put on a list so we know who to contact. I think that would be a good idea, but that's all I have. Thanks.
Councilmember Brazel.
I'd just like to, reiterate, thank you, Mr. Wilson, for coming to these meetings and keeping us informed on what's going on. I'd like to thank the senator for joining. Thanks to the public. I'd like to remind everybody that I run a little site for the for local Houston businesses, HoustonAK.biz. If you haven't seen it, there's a handful of local businesses up there, their contact information. If you have a business inside of the city of Houston that is compliant with their business license, please reach out to me. And I can get a tile up there for you with your contact info and your hours and your email address and all that kind of stuff. Kind of give a place for folks that do have businesses in the city to be able to get, a little bit of exposure. I would also like to request a special meeting on next Thursday, the 19th, with an executive session on the agenda, including the council, the city's attorney, and access to all 4 directors, or sorry, 3 directors and the city clerk.
I'm a director too.
I understand. I was looking at the agenda for the reports, and
I know.
I just didn't want to, I was trying to be compliant to the format. But according to Houston Municipal Code, that requires 3 council members to agree to that. So I'm one.
And I'll agree to that as well.
And I'll agree to that.
What's the topic of the executive session?
An open human resources issue.
HR.
Not any specific individual.
Is that the only item on the agenda is the executive session?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Was that good?
That's all for me.
Okay. Councilmember Mitchell.
Yes, I would like to thank the senator as well. Thank you for reaching out and giving us sounds like a deadline of the 20th to get this on CAPSIS. I would love to see the 9-3 match be advocated for and by the 20th. That'd be awesome. It looks like on your report, it says that you're working on getting the match, and there's a lot of work there's progress being made in that direction. So that's great. I appreciate that. And to Patrick Simpson, I believe, was he at the planning and zoning meeting, right? Yes. He was the one that was speaking on that. Okay. Well, I'd like to thank him for showing up to that meeting and giving you guys a lot of information, and it sounded like good interaction between him and the public. And so that's awesome. And the tour that you've set up, thank you for mentioning that. I believe you said it was the 16th, correct?
Yes, Monday the 16th.
Monday the 16th at 11 a.m. in Palmer. Okay. If you have any questions on that, contact Laurie Faber, is that correct? Okay, awesome. Yeah, that sounds like that is the product that was used on the boardwalk over there, correct?
Yes.
For the Rotary Club Park. Very cool. Awesome. And thank you, Laurie, for giving us a report tonight. I want to thank Deb Meister for her time on the Planning and Zoning Commission. She's been a faithful attendee, and she's been the chair for a while of her time on the Planning and Zoning, and just an asset to the city. So thank you for your time. Thank you for everything you've done for the Planning and Zoning, and God bless you. That's awesome. Thank you for the public that showed up to talk. There are things in progress on some legislation for the marijuana, a cap on the marijuana grow industries. And so if anyone is interested in having some input, we would like some input on that. But there is people that are working on an ordinance for that. So get in touch with me if you guys are interested in that. And I can put you in touch with the right people. I love the idea of Houston having more farms. If we have greenhouses growing things, it'd be great for products that everyone can consume. That'd be awesome. That's a great idea. And yeah, maybe some Matsu Health Foundation grants in the future for something like that. Thank you for coming. I appreciate the time that you guys have spent, the work that you guys put into this. This is, I haven't read the whole packet, but the amount of time that you guys spent in the last year caring about the health of the community, it really shows a lot of initiative in our community. Our small communities that don't have a lot of budgets for these types of things are very grateful for the Matsu Health Foundation, the things that you guys have done. I've heard amazing things. And so looking forward to our relationship working with you guys in the future too. Other than that, I think I'm out of things to talk about.
Councilmember Carter?
Yes, thanks. A couple things. I want to thank Matthew Health Foundation, Dave, for showing like clockwork. Thank you. I'd like to thank our clerk for when I'm out of town and like nothing's working and just being able to get a hold of you and having you be professional. That was awesome. And you know, the email we got from Bergie Thompson, who helped put the law in place that she was discussing with the council. I can't believe somebody who actually helped write the law couldn't understand the need that the council has to act on it. So thank you, clerk, for your response to that, at least to the council, so to keep them straight on the arrow. I have agreed, and I've tried to get the code for marijuana changed 2 times, and I couldn't get it done. I'd love to try help whatever we need to do to get it changed and get it done right. There's a lot of improvements that can be done to it, but I think what you've got to do is you have to take the whole thing on. It's not I've tried to piecemeal it a couple times, and it gets chopped up. So that'd be my advice for moving forward on. It's a hot button item, and I think the only way you're going to be able to is just take the tree and restart it. Other than that, want to thank the other directors for their hard labors and keeping the city moving. And when you're out of town, you miss a lot of things. And I'm certainly enjoyed myself here, and I hope everybody has enjoyed yourselves there. I understand I missed some snow, and I'm happy I did that. So you all have a good rest of your evenings, and thanks so much.
Thank you. Councilmember Lewis?
I also share the concerns about the marijuana establishments, and I think it's really important that we also factor in that there's no one who spoke in a positive light in regards to that, and I think that says something. That's a statement. Obviously, I think I'm very grateful for the Matthew Health Foundation for attending tonight and giving us good information. I'm very thankful for my fellow council members for all the very intelligent, thoughtful input that they've provided tonight, as well as the directors. And thank you so much for everybody online and everybody who is here in front of us tonight for moving the city forward. Y'all have a good evening.
Clerk, do you have anything to add?
We're closed on Monday. City offices will be closed on Monday in observance of President's Day. And that's all I have right now, sorry.
I'd like to say thank you to all you guys for showing up, voicing. That means public participation, like I say, is always good. So we know what's going on, what you in the community want, need, or how you're thinking. So we can act better in your favor instead of just guessing in that. Thank you, Matthew Health for everything you guys do. I know everything is gratefully appreciated. I know there's always more things to come, and if we can help you, to help us, it'd be great. Senator Roush, thank you for taking the time out of your schedule to talk to us on that. We are working on that CAPSIS, so it is something that we will be participating in. Brings us to cleanup, Founders Day, volunteers, community involvement is greatly appreciated in situations like that. Helps make the community a better place when we have everybody or more people pitching in, helping on stuff. And like I said, Deb Meister, sorry to see her go. In a good way, it's a good, somebody else can step forward and be a voice too, to help out and fill her shoes. So I look forward to seeing some more people bring their applications so we can continue on with what we're trying to do with this place. I guess that brings it to an end then, I guess. Thank you guys all for joining online and here. We'll adjourn at 7:55.